まあ、お試しなんでね、途中でやめるかもしれませんが、ちょっと明るさは明るめでいこうかな。ーっとハードやりてえけどな。まあ一旦ハードやろっかな。いやー、曲やりてえけどな。究極の挑戦だからね。あ、どうもいらっしゃいませ。今、本日発売のグリードフォールやってます。まあちょっと操作もまだ確認してないからどうなるかわからないし、ちょっとコントローラーがね、あんまり良くないんでね。
Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose.
さてと、男性女性か。そうだな。侍風にしてよな。東洋の顔ってあんまねえんだよな。じゃあオールバックでいこう。これ傷なんかね。ひげなしいけねえのか。眉。今この無理か。ちょっとマロっぽいな。肌色をまあ、暗くしといた方がいいかな。なにこれ、プレ スタイルに応じて開始スキルを選択してください。スキルツリーが開いています。スキルロックを解除できます。近接戦闘、トラップ、あ、ピッキングとかあんのね。いやー、ピッキングあるとな、どうしてもな。いやー、トラップってどうなんだこれ。いや、ピッキングあるとピッキングしたくなるよな。次のステップ。何これ、格闘攻撃。うわ、わかりにくいなこれ。まあ、力こそパワーなんだけど、確か精度だよね。推奨属性、精度、敏捷性。走行ダメージっていうのが全然わかんねえかんな。じゃあまあこれどういうことこれ。ああ、なるほどね。残りポイントがレベル4になると次のポイントか。まあじゃあまあこれでいくか。いや、ピッキングでしょう。いや、フォールアウト4でもな、ピッキングとか、ハッキングとかやっぱないとなんか、いけないとこ出てくるとね。収穫できる。収穫なんてあんだ。はあ。物資系ね。これ防具改造とかかなこれ。何これ。何、綱渡りとかバランスないと通れないとかあんの？ジャンプが必要となる難しい道を通ることができます。何これ。わあ、これ取ってないといけないところがあるってことでしょ。やっぱゲーム楽しむならピッキングとバランスだよな。何これ。 マジかよ。これどうすんの。しかも1ポイントしか触れねえや。あ、敵の罠。ちょっと待て、これ。弾薬ね。いや、弾薬必要だわ。どっちにしよう。開示します。
Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lord, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We've nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry, I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Teleme and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lord. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir. Truly, I must be going.
My lord, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish it.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
さて、チュートリアルとか。メインクエストがギザギザサイドクエストね。まず操作方法だよね。一旦セーブして、ゲームコントロール。L2 怒り。何受け流しが丸なんだ。二次攻撃。攻撃。回避罰ね。ロックもあると。ステレスモード。なるほど。しゃがみか。走りは長押しか。十字キーがショートカット。2往スタイルなのかな。走れる走れる。ここでは回避はできないと。
Sire, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I won't make for good company.
そういやさ、日本語にできねえのかな。関係ねえ。字幕サイズちょっと大きくしようか。日本語がないんだね。いっか。OK。これね、スニークモード。できれば対馬と同じ操作方法が良かったな、これ。やるとき狂っちゃうな、これ。
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency. There are so many dead people. Even if we did find an antidote to the malady,
なんか
I do not know if our city will ever be able to come back from it.
操作バキバキするな、なんか。やりにくい。
Hey! Green blood! Cut. And so the day
チュー
has
トリアルです
finally
ね、多
come.
分。
My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious master of arms.
As loyal as your gold.
Oh, enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor!
クルスの2発音しないんだね。これ何近接攻撃視覚攻撃3回やった。身を守る。あうわ、ミスった。おお、パリあるのね。おお、なるほどね。あ、うっそ。戦うことができるグッズに証明する。パワフルヒット。あ、武器変更。何これ、武器変更。何に変更したんだ。そういうこと。怒りを使う。何これ。ゲージあるね。ステータスバーの方に。何これ。まあなんか試練一戦的な。試練一戦。近道。ショートカットね。薬を割り当て、L1を使って一時停止を。なるほどね。スキルまでこれで使うんだ。ポーション。そうか、罰決定これ。いや、面列、使用じゃんね。何これ、丸押してるけど。割り当て、そういうことね。割り当てなきゃいけないのね。ちょっと割り当て、下かな。見ような、下でしょ。できた。OK。怒りは何これ、何をゲージを消費してんの。
One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
まあ学んどこう。
I would be up for that. A little last-minute training couldn't hurt.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
ブラボの銃か。なるほど。ピストル割り当て。これを割り当てて。ボタンどうしようかな。光ってなんだこれ。光、魔法。暗所とかのかなこれ。一応割り当てとこう。フックアタックキック。猛烈な攻撃っていうのが怒りか。まあいいや。さて、やりますか。アドレナリンやっぱ必要なんだね。怒りは。何攻撃してこないけど。何攻撃してこないけど。してこねえならやるけど。こいつ受けるだけじゃん。相手を2回撃つね。そういうことね。これね。 今ガードしなかったでしょ。撃ったけど。そういうこと。なるほどね。ダメージの一部を吸収する。魔法最強じゃんこれ。相手の走行を破壊してください。ちょっと待って。ダッシュが使えん。うぜ。これ結構きついぞ。これ銃器ちゃんと使ってった方がいいよこれ。なんでパリしてんのに。うわ、2回目のパリむずっ。地味くないこれ戦闘。結構チャチンだが。R1 で吸収。
It appears we've brushed up on the basics.
It does, and I'd like to be on my way. I've quite the list of things to do before we depart.
Indeed. Remember that you can always train in our barracks on the island if you're feeling rusty.
Are your bags packed for the great departure?
Yes, you know I get by with very little. You're not angry that I'm coming with you, I hope.
On the contrary, I'm thrilled that both you and Sir de Corsilian are joining our party. A few friends at your side in unknown territory is a boon.
So the old goat is coming too. And there I was thinking I would die of boredom on the trip. By the way, where is our future governor hiding? I was hoping to put his skills to the test as well.
I have no idea. He had plans to celebrate his departure last night, and we haven't seen him since. You know Constantine. I should have gone with him, but my heart wasn't in the mood for celebration. The thought of bidding my mother farewell.
It is never easy to say goodbye. But you should be going to see her now. She must be waiting for you. I'll meet you in front of the palace. Then we'll go and find Constantine together.
Very well. I'll meet you as soon as I've said my goodbyes.
What変えれねえかな。まあいっか。は
I've put this off for as long as I can. I need to make my farewells to my mother. I'll go and meet up with Kurt in the city afterwards.
What is this? Have you not been taught to knock? I've asked 1,000 times. Oh, it's you, my dear child.
I'm sorry. I'm having trouble getting used to your condition.
Come now, let's speak of more pleasant things. I'm so very happy to hear your voice. You remind me so much of your father. I do miss him so. Today is the big day, isn't it? Ready to set sail for that island everyone's talking about.
Yes, but the idea of leaving you behind, alone and ill...
Dying, my child. Alas, there is nothing you can do by staying that would ease my suffering. One thing brings me cheer. They say the island is full of miracles, and we might find a cure.
Even if I were to find it, I would never be able to return in time to...
I know. But it brings me comfort to know my son has left on a mission to heal his people. Come now. It is time for you to take leave. Here, take this with you.
What is it?
A family heirloom. Something that... Take it and keep it with you. May it bring you good luck. All my blessings go with you, my child. Now, be off.
プリント
Kurt? It's done.
Sorry, Greenblood. Look, we can see the masts of the ship that'll be taking us. This is one sacred adventure we're embarking on.
I hope this island will keep its promises.
In order to know that, we'll need to find Constantine first.
You're right. Maybe he's already at the port. He was so eager to leave.
This will be quite the chore to finish before our departure. The commander wants to recover some merchandise from our supplier, but the transporter doesn't want to deliver. I did all I could to persuade. Nothing came of it. All the parliamenting fatigues me. But this is your domain. I wouldn't say no to a little help.
Of course. Where is the supplier?
In the lower boroughs, near the port.
Right then. We'll put it on our list of visits.
なるほどね。何これ。疑わしいって何やねん。これ仲間強化もあるってことこれ。あかん。めっちゃ多いやん、俺。
Where would you like to begin?
I've been asked to pay visits to the ambassadors of Thélème and the Bridge Alliance before our departure. Their dwellings are not far from here. We could go there first.
Very well. Do you think Constantine will be waiting for us next to the ship?
I don't know, but it's certainly worthy of inspection.
What is this? 街中でジャンプできないんだね。にしても操作性ちょっと悪いな。
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named Legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi. My cousin Constantine is about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought... Well, then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island. Please convey to your cousin my congratulations and sincere wishes for success.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. A charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea. Remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tirfredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Sad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors. But our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the Bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
And what of your war with Thélème?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots hadn't gotten it in their heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tiafredi.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Teleme has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
To my help, and death to the others! They broke your armor! Be careful! Green blood! I can't hold on much longer! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
敵も銃使うのね。なめとんなあ。こっちか。銃は積極的に使ってけってことなのこれ。戦闘そんなにこれ微妙かもなあ。俺落ちてんの。 押しっぱなしじゃなきゃいけないのか。なんかなかなかやりにくいな。エクイプメント。やべ、分かりづら。何手に入れたんだ。これか。おはようございます。ちょっとね、新作だからね、どんなゲームかちょっとわかんないけどね。でもちょっとどうだろうかな。なんか、戦闘が、ちょっとチャチいかもしれん。まだなんか仁王の方がクエストどこだこれ。この方ではあるんだよ。こっちか。街中に戦利品落ちてるね。いや、こういうの見ると探したくなっちゃうんだよな。とりあえずクエストここではない。これか。この方角じゃない。セレマってここね。
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing. But it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do. Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet. and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
How is Thélème faring on Teofredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminous will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Teofredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
まあ対立してて悪いやつがいる
I
よっ
must
て
be
こと
going.
ね。
Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
なんかな、これも選択肢によっていろいろプレイヤーによって違うらしいからね。戦利品や。手にどうなります？
Hello, sir.
The merchant is there.
Good day, good sir. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders? Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
何これ。ああ、なるほどね。ああ、これカリスマ必要なんだわ、多分これ。50%。おー、50%やってみようじゃ
I
ない。
don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
I beg your pardon, sir, but you are not my
う
master.
わ、失敗してるよ。
The attendant at the guard was
カ
quite
リス
specific,
マがねえと。
saying this affair should be handled with extreme discretion. So I seriously doubt that you'll be wanting to drag us in front of a judge. That would stir up the muck.
Whatever is he talking about, Kurt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
まあ、単
This
純
is
に脅しましょう。
preposterous. Your master is a thief. I have no patience for bandits and robbers. Either you give us back what's ours, or we'll take it.
Your idea of diplomacy isn't all that different from my own.
To the devil with ya.
Since you leave us no choice.
The merchant's clerk isn't hearing your arguments. The only thing left is a show of strength. Sorry,
今これ
Greenwood.
戦
If
闘
I'd
する
have
とこ
known, I wouldn't have gotten you mixed up in this.
ああ、じゃあ。このゲームジャンプねえから本当に移動しづらい。
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm de Sardet, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Teleme's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. He is a Nord from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tirfredi?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land, and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
What will be your official title on Teofredi? Or are you just here to keep an eye on us?
Come now, don't be ridiculous. I'm coming in the capacity of official advisor, nothing more. But His Highness has also asked me to report to him on certain strategic observations. I am therefore required to take note of all events, chart the island and its resources, but also obtain as much knowledge as possible concerning the more dangerous creatures of the island. Your help will be extremely valuable to me. I've no longer the legs of an adventurer.
It's always a privilege to help, Master. I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
まあ2人組を探しに行くのかな。コンスタンティンって倉庫がなんたらかんたら言ってたな。わわわわわ。
I believe I've seen you at the palace. Are you one of the prince's
Okay.
relatives?
Welcome! It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
ああ、なるほどね。何言ってんだ。比較がこれか。見にくいな。スタン下がるやん。まあ、いっか。
Thank you for your visit. See you soon. Come closer now, good people. Don't be afraid.
UI がちょっと見にくいね。うん、クエストクリアはいろんな方法があるよ。あー、なるほどね。ステータスボーナスみたいなんだね。はあ、なるほど。ちょっと待ってよ。装備まだ何も持ってねえしな。あ、上がるね。こういう風に見れるんだね。
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
Has the Malachor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
With all these sailors coming and going, you must have heard some stories about Tirfredi.
Right. Even stories that my heaviest drinkers would have trouble believing. They say that man-trees live there. Dragons and gigantic creatures. Treasure abounds under every rock. And the source of eternal life is hidden somewhere there. Last night, some Nauts even told me they brought back one of those giant beasts into the port. Ah, but you know the kind. If you ask my opinion, the drink was fueling their imaginations.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
完全に客から金奪ってっけど、そのダボってなんだ。修理する。これ拡大。
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
No, I haven't been able to sort them out.
あ、これもう修理できませんでしたみたいになるんだ。修理しよう。
That's not a small sum. I need to think about.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
せっかくだから修理しようよ。なんかさっきとマップ違えんだよな。 て、こっちか。かけて、ここら辺か。
I don't have the key. Locked.
あー、そっか、こうピッキング持ってればいけんのが。スキル振りって確かあったんだけど、あ、これか。ああ、間違えた。うわー、ピッキングピッキングできねえじゃん、これ。これがあ、これか。あ、ちげえな。こっちか。マジか。チーズ。
I don't have the key.
うわー、これピッキング欲しくなるな。修理ってあ、なんかある。ピッキングがない。これ自体は開いてんか。ちょっとしょ鍵手に入れてたんだよな。のこんなんで。あ、長押し。あった、ダボ。主人の鍵まであったぞ。完全に盗んで修理するけど、あ、裏口ってこと？今関係ねえんじゃねえ、ここ。 か。
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
いや、ダボ取ったって。え
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
取り寄せた。いや、取っただろう。
I could repair this if I had some metal dowels.
やっべえ、わかんねえ。いや、ダボ手に入れたやん。なんで？あ、そういや、主人の鍵があれば上行けんのか。こっち置かなくて、こっちちゃくて、これはピッキングやろう。ダボ手に入れたぜ。バッグが違う。あるやん。職人の技レベルですよな。何職人の技レベル複雑。何職人の技レベルって。あ、これ嘘やん。どれもスキル必要じゃん。こんな最初からクリアできないやん。後で行こうかな。いや、これ絶対複雑だわ。いや、これ後回しにしよう。なんかな、残していくの嫌いなんだよな。コンスタンティン。とりあえず傭兵から回収してみようか。ここね。おお、 めっちゃいきなり戦闘。あ、いかんあかん。やべえ、もうわけわかんねえわ。とりあえずうっす、大丈夫か。ああ、ごめん。
He seems to have grown wiser all of a sudden.
Yes, yes. Don't hit me anymore.
Very well. I'm counting on you to deliver this merchandise as quickly as possible.
Yes, good sir. I'll take care of it immediately.
評判下がった。何それ。あーっと。俺か。んでこれね。今度あれ
Your time is precious. You'll find all you need in our selection.
ん？あ、こいつか。
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 3D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise in contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less, illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
密輸？
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. He's placed guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurt. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Be back soon, Captain.
そう、バレないように行けってこ
Do you
と
have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
目立たない入り口があるはずだ。
If you wore a Naut uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
材料を見つけなければならない。結構お使い芸だなこれ。ブランデー、眠りのポーション。てか、科学の力もねえじゃん、これ。そやん。 うわ、できないこと多すぎるなぁ。はあ。改ざんか。なんかいい方法ねえかな。入っただけであかんのかな。
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the
あ、もう
portal.
戦闘だわ。
They keep the official documents upstairs.
To my health and death to the allies! I can't hold on much longer. Careful,
いや、きついって。基本丸連打してたらガードできるな。
Move away. Things are about to get dicey.
地味。いや、攻撃できねえって。いや、はめられとる。ああ、基本怒りで戦っていくんだね、この職業。手袋。配信向きじゃねえ。切ります。